Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of the Geek Life podcast. And today I'm joined with my very good friend Jay, who's back after his big busy week with The Rock.
Yeah, we are not going to talk about it because it's wise is not to. Something may have happened in the last week. I'm not going to say what it is, but hey,
Oh,
I was.
there's something else coming through your audio.
Oh, what is it? Is
It's
it
a
a
leak. It's a
hey,
leak.
it's a league up?
Damn it! He was on to me.
Yes, this time I was on my guard.
In today's episode, we'll be talking about the best and the worst leaks ever in movie history. I mean, okay, movie history sounds a little bit weird, but in movies. So what we'll do in today's episode is we'll cover different movie leaks which happened in the last few years, and we will sort of rank them as best or worst. Best meaning if it had like a good positive impact on the movie's release and stuff like that, we'll call it a best leak. If it didn't have a good impact, we'll call it a worst leak. So that's how we will differentiate it.
Yeah. Okay. I'm excited.
As you know, we all know Deadpool's releasing this week, so we thought that sort of went well with the whole
Yeah.
Deadpool vibe. So that's it.
Yeah.
So
We
if you
didn't
do,
want to do a direct one, like,
yeah,
because everyone will be doing that. So we used our high
kidneys,
level
our
brain.
kidneys.
Yeah.
And we also did a ranking in our channel, like in the Geek Talk, the live stream, not the Geek Life. We share the same playlist, but it's not the same. So there we did a ranking of all the Fox movies. So we have talked about Deadpool there, so you can check that out. But if you do like topics like this and you find it intriguing, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And very sadly, you can also check our Instagram, even though there's no new videos there.
I think you said you have been consistent. Like in 1 week, you posted twice, so that covered us for the second week.
Yeah,
So
then it's
maybe the
no.
fourth week you can post two again, so we can get covered for the third one.
I would have to post like six of them now to to cover up all the weeks
Maybe we
missed.
can do once a quarter thing, like once a week, so we get covered.
It's like a special reel for this quarter.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, that's it, guys. That's it for the intro. So we'll jump right into the topic at hand. So first, we'll be talking about a Fox movie, but that's not Deadpool. It came much before Deadpool.
Is it?
That's X Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh, then that got leaked.
It's very bad acting. I just want to say.
Hey, man, I was trying my hardest here. Why did you have to do that? That got leaked. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
So way back in 2009, months before the movie actually even came out in theaters, X Men Origins Wolverine. What a dumb name! Like X Men Origins Wolverine actually got leaked, and what got leaked was actually a production copy. It had a lot of green screens. You had this whole like wire work and everything all visible. The VFX was not completed, and the story behind it is pretty funny. There are many videos covering that. We won't be going in depth on how it got leaked. Apparently, the Fox chief of that time was actually involved
Oh,
in getting
but
it leaked
I
accidentally.
actually didn't know that was not. I didn't know.
So he wanted to sort of do a private screening of the movie, and that's how it got out of the editing bay. And then some shenanigans happened, and then it got leaked. But like a small cause was actually the CEO of the company itself at that point of time. That's what the rumors say. I'm not accusing anyone.
Oh, yeah, we're not here to accuse anyone. In the future, we are hope to collaborate with Fox.
Yes. No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, now it's Disney, right? So Disney didn't do anything wrong.
Oh, yeah, I love this thing. Like, I love. I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
what do you think about the leak? You told me that you had a story to tell about the leak of X Men Origins Wolverine.
But I don't have a story to tell about the league. I have a story to tell about the movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Go
Uh,
ahead.
so like that got leaked when I was like maybe in class seventh or eighth, and that was not a comic book era, right? That was not really a
Right.
comic book. X-Men was something we grew up listening about a lot, and it had some really cool because the initial trilogy was like a really really cool with so many characters, and that was like one of our first impression to like like a multicasted and a big superhero movie, and then the Wolverine came out and Hugh Jackman has been such a great and iconic casting for all the comic book characters for the future, And it's just I remember asking my dad because that time we couldn't go to theaters because that was a limited release and some of the movies didn't get released.
Yeah,
So I remember asking my dad about it. he can you help me arrange a DVD of this? And he had a friend
In
who,
Fox Studios, yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, he had a friend in the Fox Studios where they were selling licensed copies. And my dad paid the full amount.
He paid the full budget, the entire $200 million.
Whatever it was very expensive, bro. We couldn't afford it back then, but we did that. We didn't cheat the game because
What is happening? Oh my god. So
so
Jay
many,
completely lost it there.
so
I also
many,
lost it.
so many good memories, man. Love it.
But okay, you saw it, you saw a leaked version which your dad got you. I actually had like a different story where me and my family, similar story. We went to the DVD shop to get X-Men 3 the last
Oh,
time because we had never watched X-Men 3. And we went there and they gave us they were like, oh yeah, we have the latest X-Men movie. We were like, yeah, X-Men 3. They were like, yes. And they gave us X-Men Origins Wolverine. It was like months before release. So we didn't even think about it.
oh shit.
And we actually saw X-Men Origins Wolverine before the last time.
That was X-Men 3.
Yeah. See, I know this movie gets a really bad rap, X-Men Origins Wolverine, but honestly, when I was a kid watching it, I actually had a big blast watching this
Yeah,
movie.
because it's such a like the of course comic book characters are even cooler when you're a kid with lots of imagination.
Yeah.
Then adulthood happens and all the color gets sucked out of your life. But yeah, I don't want to get into that.
Surprisingly, X-Men Origins Wolverine is a very sensitive topic for Jay. He starts laughing like a madman. Now, ironically, this movie, even though it leaked months ago, it still actually turned out a profit. Like it grossed about $350 million. For that time, it was kind of on par with movies like Batman Begins and stuff like that. Which, at that point of time, 400 million was still a pretty decent one. I mean, it didn't quite reach the heights of the X-Men 1, 2, 3. But considering it got leaked months before, considering it got so much negative press,
Yeah.
it actually still did pretty okay, to
Yeah,
be
and it
honest.
was like at the end of the day, it was just a solo character movie, right? And
Yeah.
as you said, we were not into the comic book era. Otherwise, like nowadays, if it was like standalone Wolverine movie comes, it's gonna like be a great for burst thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just unfortunate.
But it didn't, definitely the league didn't do it any favors.
Yeah,
So, I mean, in terms of our, this thing of best and worst movie leaks, I think this would go in the worst movie leak. Even though it probably gave people the opportunity to see it months ago, months
maybe
before,
they
but
didn't want to see
like
it.
it didn't really see, sometimes leaks helps movies, like either it generates good buzz or they can fix some stuff which it accidentally acts like a focus group testing where people get to know, oh my god, they hate this. But this one, I
Are there
mean,
any movies which got leaked and got good buzz? Like,
there was this movie called Fury, David Ayer's movie.
oh yeah,
uh,
the Brad Pitt one.
yeah, that got leaked in that Sony hacks thing, and it actually did got pretty good buzz because of the leaks.
Oh,
So,
that's
it still
There is no
did.
such thing as bad press and leaks, maybe. I mean,
But for this one, for X-Men Origins Wolverine, I think it was like in the opposite effect. So, I mean, I think it would have done much better if it didn't leak. But, I mean, there's only so much you can do with this movie because of how badly it was structured, especially towards the end. Like, where they bring the whole Sweden
that
Deadpool.
movie gave us Deadpool.
Sweden Deadpool. Who doesn't speak. Oh. But that's a good segue to the first Deadpool movie, the 2016 Deadpool movie. So this movie has a fascinating story where they brought in Tim Miller, who at that point of time had just directed a few, I think, ad films and sort of CGI shots, CGI animated movies. Like that was his track record. But he was an industry veteran, and they sort of gave him the keys to do a 2-minute concept video on Deadpool. And they even had a couple of writers who had written a whole screenplay. Funny thing is, the screenplay also got leaked, and the concept video also got leaked. And the funniest thing was Fox had just shut this down. They had completely shut down this project, the Deadpool project. There was no going ahead with this project. But the funny thing was that I think in 2014, the end of San Diego Comic Con, Tim Miller looks at his phone and he sees that, oh shit, this got leaked. And the first thing he does is he emails Fox saying, I swear I didn't do it.
That's the natural response to it. I don't want to lose more jobs.
But I think this was a one of a kind story in Hollywood. Like,
Yeah, it has to be. And especially in hindsight, when we look at it, it's like, given we got such an iconic, I cannot believe like there exists a comic book movie which is so mainstream and yet niche in Deadpool, and it's absolutely crazy because I have a story related to, and it's like, it's a,
this one you will not fall upon.
yeah, I won't fall apart. I hope so. So during that era, we were getting into Avengers and all that. So we had a particular, like what people say, the comic book tone key, like popcorn sort of entertainer. And there, like when Deadpool got released, all because we couldn't watch it, we were not 18 at the time, and our exhibition, cinema exhibition, and they are very strict. They don't let you in if you are 18. They just don't. You cannot do anything about it. So, like, one of my close friends' elder brother got to watch that movie earlier, and he was raving like so many amazing things about it. And then we get to watch, it was like, oh my, it's like it's so unique in nature, even to this date. Like we know that they tried to recreate it in the sequel, and it sort of
Yeah.
worked. The first one is just so iconic.
It's so
given
fresh, so unique.
still to this date, I was just watching like few scenes from the first movie, and it's like, how did you even come up with something like that? It
Yeah.
has to be one of those instances, where everything sort of works in a very weird way, and you cannot recreate it. It's
Yeah.
basically that. Like you said, na, even with the inception story of pre-production to like how this movie got to the floor with
Yeah.
leaks, people eyes, it's like such a once in a lifetime story, and just like amazing.
Like it's more the behind the scenes is kind of more fascinating. Like the
Yeah.
fact that how it got leaked. Still, no one knows for sure who leaked it. Like Ryan Reynolds jokingly says he leaked, but I don't think he probably would have done it because this movie is, I think, the movie that sort of pushed him to stardom. Until
Yeah.
then, he was just a very good actor. Now he's like an international star because of Deadpool. You can say that. So, and Tim Miller says he never leaked it. So now, still, it's not clear. I think it's just a very happy, excited Fox employee who just
Yeah.
saw it. He's like, I can't believe they're not doing this, and just leaked it out.
Respect to him.
But funny thing is, Deadpool is probably the most high-profile superhero leak. But there is one more leak. It's not really a leak. They're sort of pushing the definition a little bit. But that is Thor Ragnarok. So,
Oh yeah, the Mark Ruffalo one. Right?
yeah. So,
Even that happened in the screening, like the
yes, in the
this-
premiere. So
Awesome.
Mark Ruffalo was obviously invited for the premiere of Thor Ragnarok, where he played the character of Hulk, and he was doing an Instagram live before the premiere. And with that, he sort of goes inside, and when he's supposed to stop the Instagram live, he just like switches. He just turns off his phone. And doesn't switch it off. He just turns it off, like just tap, done. And he thinks the live is over, but
Yeah.
no. The movie is like continuing to stream through the audio of the film. It continues to stream through his phone. People keep watching it. I think millions of followers that Ruffalo has all hear the movie with Ruffalo, and all of the and the funny thing was that people are actually messaging him that, dude, you're still streaming. It's so funny to see it now. Like there are some like screen grabs of that moment of
And you know what? I still to this I cannot like, because Mark Ruffalo is such a troll in real life. Now you can never really say when he's like being serious and when he's not.
Yeah.
Because in the endgame interviews, like he was with
Don Cheadle, right?
yeah. And then he's like, dude, what are you doing?
He's like they kill everyone off.
Yeah, and those are the things I just cannot like, if it was planned or not planned, because he's such a great he has such a poker face with trolls. It's like,
Yeah.
is he lying, is he not? I just cannot tell, but it was, it works really well, like you
Right,
said.
right.
And like it has to be one of the better leagues because
Yeah,
it got
it was definitely a good leak, like the best leak, because it gave a lot of press for the movie. And I think he even says in an interview, I don't know how true this is, that Kevin Feige came and hugged him, and he was like, "You could have never thought of that. That was amazing."
yeah, we planned it. That's How did we?
Oh, and the funny thing is, Hulk is not a stranger to leaks. So in 2003, way back when Ang Lee was doing his Hulk movie, that
Okay.
also got leaked weeks before the release of the film. And that movie anyway didn't do well, but if the leak also didn't help it, like because people already saw it, and that film wasn't really reviewed very strongly. But it wasn't exactly a happy situation like the Deadpool movie or Thor Ragnarok. It was more of the worst leak situation.
You
So
know, now that we are look at it, it's like most of the comic book movies are leaking, which is I don't
yeah,
know.
the funny thing is like we talked about Fury, right?
Hmm.
The Sony leaks which happened because of the interview movie. So
Hmm.
with that, a lot of stuff also came out, leaked out. So other movies also got leaked out. So it's not just superhero movies, but I guess it goes with the brand of the channel. So,
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
no, 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 just sneezed.
Brand.
But you had one pick, right? You were telling me that you had a secret pick ready to go.
Yeah. So, as we were covering most of the Hollywood stuff, I wanted to bring, one like Indian movie, which is like, I think most of us know when it happened because the climax of Bahubali 1, the war sequence, most of it got leaked before the release. And you know what's the worst part is like, so in India, it
Was
has
it
been
for
a,
the finished effects?
I think so, yes,
Okay.
because it went after this, and one of the biggest problems with what Indian films suffer now is went through piracy a lot. We have a lot of problems, especially down south, because there have been so many really big movies before release. The CDs are getting distributed,
Right,
you
right.
know? And so what happened now? Many producers started calling Rajmouli and the Shobhu Yaragada, the producer of the movie, ki, hey, that was amazing. It's gonna do well. And imagine the shocker, like, dude, their movie, like, one important aspect of the movie got leaked, and you're calling them to congratulate. Hey, we watched it. It was awesome, bro. It's like, what are we doing?
Oh, their heart must have sank. Like they
Yeah,
spent
like
so much on this
imagine
movie.
it was just such it till to this date it was the biggest gambling for Tollywood because it's not really nationwide industry at the time, and
Right.
Bahubali was like 400-450 crores in two parts. That's a huge investment, and
Yeah.
climax got like imagine your shock, but that sort of helped because like of course the people started spreading it and it got taken out very quickly as well, but the word of mouth spread, oh shit, we have never seen uh,
Ah.
these things in an Indian movie, and then the talk spread in the Hindi centers as well. And when the movie release and the trailer and everything, now we know how big of an
Yeah.
impact it has done. So
Became like one of the biggest movies to come out of the country.
yeah, even this something about the sequel also got leaked, which is like, dude, how did you not learn from your
How can it
last?
have happened twice?
What's happening here? But
Like some
all,
people might accuse them of being intentional. Like yeah, like
yeah, it was not. It was
but it wasn't intentional. But I think Bahubali is considering it helped its cause. We can put it in the good leaks, the
yeah,
best
actually,
leaks. At least, thankfully, the movie didn't suffer in a box office point
seriously,
of view.
seriously. Yeah.
But yeah, I think today was kind of a short episode, just talking about the leaks and
So, yeah, it was really fun. I didn't plan it to be this fun, to be honest, because I lost it in the whole segment.
But before we close today's episode, last episode we did get a lot of comments. So I just thought we'll just go quickly through some of the comments that we received.
Yes.
Or maybe not quickly, I don't know. I mean, it depends
Oh,
on the
as I was
comments.
not there, you can just read it to me so I can like, oh, interesting. Shocking,
You do get a mention, kind of.
kind of. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I
So
hope.
this was in the first one itself from Shelly Lee.
Okay.
So she says that this is in response to Nona pitching Jawan as the movie that can be remade to Hollywood.
Yeah.
So she was like, and he had pitched Tom Cruise. So Shelley as the star of the film. So Shelley replied that I think Rock would be a better person to star in the American version of Jawan. So you can pass this on to the Rock, Jay.
So really thought that someone mentioned me, hey, where's the other guy? I was like, hey, I'll take it. It's not, hey, hope the other guy is gone now. I was like, no, you're not getting rid of me anytime soon.
She says that I think yeah, Rock would be the better person to star in the movie in the American
Imagine
version of
Rock.
Jawan, as most of his movies center on how awesome the Rock is, and the Rock already has an ego the size of a Proxima Centauri.
Yeah.
I keep saying that this Brahmastra it may be centered around Indian culture, but it looks like a superhero movie. That's Shelley's pick, Brahmastra. So I have noticed that Hollywood has started poaching the talent of India. So do not be surprised if you see an Avengers team up with Brahmastra one day, but Brahmanch one day. She actually used the correct thing. So
Oh, interesting.
I mean, I don't know if it'll be Brahmastra, but I can totally see like an Indian American production happening, where the Indian spin-off will be
If
maybe
it's
a
happening, I would like it to be Krish
right.
because
I would
yeah,
prefer it to be a new thing, totally new thing.
yeah, of course. Like
Like
if it is
I
happening,
always thought that Spider-Man India, like Indian Spider-Man, you could do like a Bollywood film for that.
yeah,
And like that could maybe be dubbed to English as well, and you can like release it like sort of not maybe an animated movie, but
even an Indian Deadpool would be hilarious. Weirdly enough,
yeah,
because
actually, yeah,
it's like it's so weird and it just works because when we are covering like we have Bhavesh Joshi, right? Like
yeah, yeah,
it goes through like sort of lower, like not lower, like underprivileged section of the society,
yeah.
and Deadpool just fits perfectly. I know you were writing something
Yeah.
actually,
I was, yeah. I'm still
and
sort of working on that concept, but
yeah, and it was such a cool idea
yeah.
happening. Is like yeah,
It might.
maybe
I mean, I'll definitely do it one day. Like, irrespective of whatever happens. I mean, if I die, I won't do it. But I'm just saying,
not
like, in the future, I definitely would want to like do my own superhero sort of project, like which I think I've told the whole story to Jay, so that's why he's aware of it. No one else knows.
I said yes to the being the main lead. I mean, I look like I'm sick, so that's right up the alley of the character.
No spoilers.
Well,
The next comment is by Suranjan Borgohe. I think I got it right. I think. I do apologize if it's not right. Sorry, but the title of the video should be Indian movie rather than Bollywood movie. That's true. We sort of just flipped the earlier title, which was Hollywood movie, and just did Bollywood movie just to
yeah.
generate some clicks, I guess. But yeah, it's actually Indian movies because
That's the social media world. We had to do little
yeah,
tweaks here and there because to get some traction. But yeah, it's like, of course, we are, especially like Manoj, comes from Kerala, and I'm also part of Kerala.
yeah.
Like,
So
yeah,
it's like, and yeah, we did talk about mixture of Indian movies. Like I think there was Bollywood and there was a couple of Mollywood movies.
fact,
So
we watch more of the South stuff
yeah,
than the Hindi stuff. I don't know why, but
the
it just
Hindi speaking audience watches more of the South stuff now. So
yeah, that's 50. Wherever the public wants, you're gonna give it.
then next comment is by Farhan. Who says yes, the OGs are back. It was like me and Nona doing it after a long time,
Okay,
so
okay,
that's why
yeah.
Farhan is an old subscriber to Nona's channel as well, so I do remember the name. And then Tamilian Malayali says, why make George Kutti only black? Make the character poor, low class. It will make more emotion. So it was in reference to my pitch for Drishyam. The remake was to maybe not necessarily black, but to make it make the family come from a minority class basically. So to add more impact.
I was just listening to it, and I think it makes more sense for him to be black, given the prejudice which
Yeah,
surround him. It will
right,
be
right.
more eyes on him. Ki he must have done it, right?
Yeah,
He
yeah.
must have done it. So I think that makes the story more intense that way, and it's like, oh, did
And you
he?
can have a lot of commentaries in play
Yeah,
when you're
exactly.
doing it
So I
like that. So
think that
that was
really,
just a pitch for the adaptation. I mean, like everyone will have their own sort of preference.
yeah,
So yeah, I think yeah, that's it for the comment section. I think we got quite too many. Like I was like very happy. Thanks guys for like leaving a comment. Like that means a lot. It made my week.
yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it for today. Next week we'll see. We're not quite sure what we'll do next week, but
Bro, we have everything ready. What are you talking about?
if you guys have any ideas for topics that we should cover next week
Yeah.
or in the
We are
weeks,
so lazy, we did not even want to come up with a topic to discuss, to put out. It's like, if you have any ideas, man, just
yeah,
see,
just
before we get famous, you have all the opportunities. You guys have all the
so that
opportunities.
means they have their full lifetime then.
Okay, moving on. Next week, we'll see.
And that's it, guys. Ajay, do you have any parting thoughts?
Have it. Forever, lifetime. We are here only.
That's it, guys. That's it for today's episode. And yeah,
And drink water. Drink water, please
Drink
drink.
water and keep geeking out.
Keep. Yes.